The Genesis Architect, Chapter 5, Shadows in the Mountain. They called it the Hollow, though it was more myth than map. It was a hidden research sanctuary carved into the ancient rock of Caucasus Mountain's black-walled corridors, deep thermal vents, and biodomes stitched into the volcanic crust. It was here that Kael Ashworth sheltered his most dangerous creations, the Adversary Generation. These were not children raised in comfort, like their synthesis predecessors. They were shaped through challenge to harness fear, uncertainty, and rage. Their design was a rebellion against the Academy's ideal of serene perfection. Some bore unusual features: heightened aggression, emotional extremes, reactivated ancestral traits. Kael considered these not flaws, but essential genetic tensions, necessary counterweights to a stagnating species. He spoke often of Yacub not as myth, but as metaphor. In the outlawed holy tablets, Yacub was a scientist savior, creating a new people through calculated genetic deviation. Exiled, condemned, yet unstoppable. To Kael, Yacub was the prototype of progress, misunderstood, vilified, but essential. Kael had no interest in comfort. He sought momentum, conflict, growth. These mountain-born children would not be accepted by the world. But they weren't meant to be. They were born to pressure it. Chapter 6. The Second Genesis. On the 7th anniversary of the Cerulean Project, Kael called for a convergence. The Synthesis Generation and the Adversary Generation were to meet for the first time. They gathered on the island's highest ridge where magma ran deep and stars carved ancient lines above. The Synthesis children came cloaked in empathy and reflection. The adversaries came with fire in their blood and storm in their eyes. They did not speak, not at first. You were not made to destroy each other, Kael told them. You were made to confront each other, to complete each other. He called it dialectical evolution, not peace, but pressure. Not harmony, but creative tension. This was humanity's forgotten formula. The Academy had erased resistance. Kael had brought it back. Later that night, Niva, a quiet adversary with skin like onyx and a memory sharper than fire, slipped away from the camp. She crossed the edge of the island with no announcement. Not in fear, not in disobedience, but in mission. Kael, frail now, watched her disappear with something close to reverence. The spark is lit, he whispered. Let the world burn bright enough to change. He died 3 weeks later. Chapter 7. Echoes of the Designer. The world did not know Kael Ashworth had died. His name had been struck from the records of the Academy years before. His work was dismissed as a dangerous philosophy, a footnote in the long archive of utopian failures. But whispers remained. Encrypted data fragments leaked into rogue networks. A few underground journals spoke of the Cerulean Schism, a break in the lineage of human perfection. A child had been sighted in coastal zones near the Black Sea, unregistered, untraceable, dangerous. Her name was Niva, though no one knew it. She moved like a myth, silent and surgical. Where she passed, people changed. Some grew brave. Some grew violent. Some began to question why their cities were so peaceful, yet so hollow. She didn't seek followers. She didn't offer speeches. But those who met her described a strange feeling, as if something inside them had been unlocked. Kael had designed her for one purpose, to reintroduce the human species to its own shadow. She was not a prophet. She was a mirror. Chapter 8. Seeds of Chaos. In one of the sterile citadels of the Academy Immaculate. Soundproof and ruled by algorithm, something strange began to happen. Children began lying. At first it was small. Harmless misdirection. Then it became invention imaginary friends, strange drawings, dreams of things they'd never seen. These were supposed to be cleansed traits, eliminated in utero by the Academy's correctional protocols. The lead genetic auditor flagged it as anomalous cognitive drift, but others knew better. Niva had been there. She didn't attack the city. She simply walked through it, unnoticed, a spark in the hay of sterile perfection. By the time she vanished into the underlayers, ideas had already spread unfiltered, impure, powerful. The Academy launched a full-scale investigation. They called it Operation Clarify. But they couldn't catch what wasn't breaking laws, it was breaking assumptions. Some inside the Academy began to question their own indoctrination. A few even defected. A whisper passed through these silent rebels. There was another Genesis. One that wasn't about control. One that included the darkness. Kael's legacy had become a virus, not of code, but of curiosity. And curiosity, as the old world once knew, is the seed of revolution.